Your lover is not dead. Cease your weeping, woman, he ordered imperiously. He should know. Avil had forced him to give of his own immortal life essence to save the Highlander's life. His command did not have the intended effect. On the contrary, just when he was certain she couldn't possibly get any louder, and how such a small creature managed to make such a huge noise was beyond him, his newly acquired eardrums were treated to a wail that escalated exponentially. "Woman, cease!" he roared, clamping his hands to his ears. "I said he is not dead!" Still she wept. She didn't so much as glance in his direction, as if he'd not spoken at all. Furious, he skirted the rubble littering the chamber, debris from the battle that had taken place there a quarter-hour past, between Dagus McKeltar and the Druid sect of the Dragar, the battle he should never have intervened in, and stalked to her side. He grabbed the nape of her neck to force her gaze to his, to compel her silence. His hand slid right through the back of her skull and came out her nose. She didn't even blink, just hiccuped on a sob and wailed anew. Adam stood motionless for a moment, then tried again, reaching for one of her breasts. His hand slid neatly through her heart and out her left shoulder blade. He went still again, wings of unease unfurling in the pit of his all-too-human stomach. By Danu! Avil wouldn't! His dark eyes narrowed to slits. Would she? Jaw clenched, he tried again, and again his hand slipped through Chloe Xanders's body. Christ, she had! The bitch! Not only had the Queen made him human, she had cursed him with the threefold power of the Fey Fieda. Adam shook his head disbelievingly. The Fey Fieda was the enchantment his race used when they wanted to walk among humans undetected. A Tuatha Dé customarily invoked but one facet of the potent, triumvirate spell, invisibility. But it could also render its subject impossible for humans to hear and feel as well. The Fey Fieda was a useful tool if one wished to meddle unobserved. But if cursed with it permanently, if unable to escape it, that thought was too abhorrent to entertain. He closed his eyes and delved into his mind to sift time, place, and return to the Fey Isle of Morar. He didn't care who the Queen was currently entertaining in her royal bower. She would undo this now. Nothing happened. He remained precisely where he was. He tried again. There was no swift sensation of weightlessness, no sudden rush of that heady freedom and invincibility he always felt when traversing dimensions. He opened his eyes, still in the stone chamber. A snarl curved his lips. Human, cursed, and powerless, barred from the Fey realm? He tossed back his head, raking his long dark hair from his face. "All right, Avil. You've made your point. Change me back now." There was no response. Nothing but the sound of the woman's endless sobbing, echoing hollowly in the chill stone chamber. "Avil, did you hear me? I said I got it. Now restore me." Still no response. He knew she was listening, lingering a dimensional sliver just beyond the human realm, watching, savoring his discomfort, and waiting for a show of submission, he acknowledged darkly. A muscle leapt in his jaw. Humility was not, nor would ever be, his strong suit. Still, if his choices were humble or human, and cursed and powerless to boot, he'd eat humble pie until he choked on it. "My Queen, you were right, and I was wrong. See, I can say it," though the lie tasted foul upon his tongue. "And I vow never again to disobey you." At least not until he was certain he was secure in her good graces again. "Forgive me, Queen most fair." Of course she would. She always did. "I am your most humble, adoring servant."